Hi darlings, thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. And today I have a tag blog process for you. I'm going to be working through days 11 and 12. 11 and 12 for Fit of the Master's Use, which is I Surrender All for day 11 and Be the Miracle for day 12. Day 12 is so good. And so I went ahead and kind of planned out my pages and what I thought would be a good setup for these pages. So I'm going to be using these items for day 12 and these items for day 1. And of course, I'll be pulling from my stash as well. I have really been enjoying putting all of these tags together with you guys. So just going through them, even though I finished the devotional, I did want to finish the art part with you guys here on my channel. So I am not going to go on for long. Let's go ahead and dig in. Okay, darling, so I'm going to start on day 11. I'm going to add some glue to my tag, and then I'm going to be adhering my paper to the top of my tag. I really love this paper. It is a little busy. Actually, both of the papers that I'm using today are a little bit busy. So it took a while for me to find the exact or the perfect layout in order to use it. So here I am punching out the hole, and then I'm going to be grabbing my hole reinforcer and adding that up at the top. Okay, I have a couple of cards here and this brain that I wanted to use. In day 11, we talk about how we are being renewed, and I thought the brain was perfect because scripture speaks a lot about us renewing our minds. And so what I did was I cut that down a little bit more so it wouldn't be so big, and then I just grunged up the edges a little bit with my round contour brush that I already had on my desk. Okay, I wanted to use a piece of this cheesecloth under it. So now I'm thinking, how can I lay these items out in a way that looks good and that I can also not make it so flat? So I am kind of going through the die cuts that I have left from this kit and seeing if I have anything else that I can add to also the bottom part. That way I can balance out the textures as well. Okay, so one thing that I like to do when I don't know what to do is go ahead and start adhering things. So I started adhering the items I knew I was going to use, like this spiritual prescription card. And this is one of the mini ones that came with the freebie. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the top there, open up that gauze, and then I'll add some foam tape to my brain and add that to the top portion of my tag. Now I'm going to start working on the bottom, and this one took me a little bit to figure out, but I got it at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually fussy cut out this little leaf part. I won't make you watch me do the whole thing, but then I'm going to add that right under the spot where I'm going to have my renewed flashcard. Then I decide to grab the cheesecloth and add some more of that to the bottom. And this is going to add in some texture, but I'm really glad I did this because it does balance off this card or tag beautifully. So I kind of stretch that out there at the bottom, add some glue to that die cut, and then I'm going to grab some more of that foam tape, and I'm almost out, so I'm going to have to make a Dollar Tree run. And I'm going to add that foam tape to the back of my renewed flashcard and then add that on top of the cheesecloth. I don't know, but cheesecloth just adds the perfect amount of texture and softness to this. Okay, right on the corner of this flashcard, I'm going to add 2 number 1s for day 11. I'll outline that, and then that wraps it up for my day 11 tag. So I place that to the side and I start working on day 12. Again, adding some glue onto my tag. And then I'm going to grab this bottle or vases. They're like vintage bottles, pattern paper, and this one's super busy as well, but it's even more busy with the colors that it has. Lots of strong colors here. So I decide to keep this one as simple as possible, and I also end up covering most of it, but I loved this one because I am going to have like a pharmacist type design going on here. So I'm using this little pharmacist tag or fabric tag here at the top, and then I'm using some this medicine bowl, And I'm also using, or I was going to use this die cut, but I end up using another one that's a little thinner or narrower and a little taller. But first, of course, to be able to, I decided to adhere the journaling card to my fabric tag, that it'd be perfect to do a zigzag stitch across both of them. This is going to adhere it, but it's also going to add texture. And of course, can't have a process video without this mini sewing machine. This has been my go-to lately. You're going to see that one more time, but for now I'm going to start working on the bottom and how I'm going to layer that. So I'm going to grab the flashcard. This has the Ephesians chapter 3 and all the verses that I studied on that day. So this is perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and cut out the actual verses and add that to the verse portion of my spiritual prescription card. I already had stamped out the date on the date section, so that is perfect. Okay, now I'm going to grab the items that I'm going to layer on top here. I also really like that the medicine bowl that I have at the top, at the bottom, mimics the black and white one that's on the top on that fabric pharmacist tag. I just think that's perfect. And I'm also going to grab this narrower the narrower bottle because I feel like the color works a little bit more to contrast against that journaling card, but I also thought it fit just a little bit better in that corner. So I lift up the verse a little bit there. That way I can add these things underneath, and then that is going to finish off here. The last thing I'm going to do is pull out my sewing machine one more time, and I am going to add a straight stitch across the top here just to make sure that the fabric tag is not loose on the top of my tag here. Cutting off the extra strings, and then taking a look at the corners. I want to grunge those up a little bit, and then I grab my other card to finish up everything I have here. There's also a little space on my journaling card here, which is perfect for me to add the numbers 1 and 2 for day 12 of the devotional. That is it, darlings. I love how it turned out. This one has a lot more dimension and texture than this one does. I really wanted to use this piece of fabric that I got from this piece of fabric. So I cut it out so it can be like a little tag. I'll probably add, I'm thinking of adding maybe an eyelet and some extra I don't know, something to it, but I do really love how that turned out. I did a simple stitch on the top and then a zigzag double stitch on the bottom, and I really loved how it turned out. Even though it's a little flat, I may add something else to this, but for now I think they look great. So day 11 and 12 in the books. If you have missed any of the other days, I'm going to try and link those below. And if you're new here, I hope you consider subscribing, hit the like button and notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you so much for joining me each and every video, darlings. God bless. Bye.